I work at Fort Rouge Co-op Daycare Nursery in Winnipeg, and I'm an EC worker who works with an inclusion child. EC is an early childhood educator. We work with all kinds of children, be they disabled or have behavioral problems. We are basically next to home. That's what we are. We take care of the kids while mom and dad go to work, and spend the day educating children, playing with children, getting down to their level, and just having a fun day. ECs work with parents. We support the parents. We give them a daily feedback of what that child did that day, whether it was their first word, whether it was writing their name, whatever it is. We are technically like teachers. We want these kids to build that confidence, to say, they can say, yes, I will, or no, I won't. They each learn off of each other. They guide each other, they help each other. I mean, it's like having a group of siblings. It's like a little village. That's what it feels like. It feels like a little village when you're in these daycares, because you have different areas set up, and each group of children, depending on what their interest is of that day, you see them go off and calling each other, come on, Miyawata, come with me. Let's go and find the dinosaur in the jungle. I mean, you sit back and you watch this and you just think, where would these kids be if we weren't there? We give them the love, the respect, the nurturing, the guidance. We give them those things that, as time goes on and they get into the school system, they're able to carry on their day in the school setting. These kids, I'm telling you, they need to be in centers. This is where they need to be. I mean, if you've got to go to work, those parents rely on a place where their kids are going to get what they need to keep them happy and to be safe and not have a fear that they're in somebody's backyard and they're going to get nabbed by somebody. They're going to get what they need. Daycares are not just for the rich and they're not just for the poor. It's for everyone. And they're programs for those people that need the extra help. And, all kids that, parents have to go to work, well, daycare is the place they need to be. We have a lot of daycares, but we don't have enough of them. And I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. We have a lot of daycare centers, but we just don't have enough daycares for the people who need our services out there. When you have the opportunity to take 40 different little minds and work with them and be able to, you're able to take from them what you give them back, and know at the end of the day that, I'm exhausted, but I leave there every day with a big smile on my face.
Welcome Place is a non-for-profit organization. It's been in business for over 60 years. Its main purpose and goal is to serve newcomers, new Canadians, with settlement services, including housing. The settlement unit, it is very essential and a crucial factor in the life of the newcomers, because it does provide the bridge that connects the newcomer to the mainstream society. I think we as an agency, we have over 30 languages available for our services. And what that does is to provide the clients with service in their first language, and that's very helpful and makes them feel at home, especially in during the first week or the first initial stage of their stay at Welcome Place. We as an agency, we recognize that there is a need to be understanding, to listen more to people who come from war-torn zones and an environment that is charged with conflicts and violence. I think listening is the main key in the process. The people that I've seen the impact or the effect of the good work on their lives, there are many. A family from Africa, single mothers with a lot of kids, and when they came here, they were completely lost. And I guess through the process of settlement, and I worked with them directly, and after a year or two, I found them completely transformed, and their lives being changed. All these people need basic services with respect to settlement, housing, legal, education, basic orientations. Every one of them has a number of needs or reasons for them to come back to Welcome Place and ask for more services. And probably this very same individual like myself and others who deal with them can see the very same person more than 4 or 5 times within 2 weeks. Unfortunately, there are many people that fell in the crack and left behind, basically, due to the fact that, as you said, we cannot provide services to everyone and all the time. We're limited in terms of resources, and we're financially unable to reach out to everyone. We call ourselves as counselors. My job is still part of the settlement department, but we have a new department now. It's reception, which is including housing. So I deal with the housing component to provide housing for newcomers, or help them to find rental units and all that, and advocate for them. I think being an advocate is very important in the life of a newcomer.
First thing you do when you walk in the room, you have like 50 individuals coming up and saying, "Hi, good morning, how's it going? What'd you have for supper last night?" and all this different stuff going on. You have to go get everybody together who you got to take with you, because you got to take certain crews to go on journals, go do flyers, go do catalogs. I go to the back and I make sure my individuals are ready to go, my crew. They have paper to open where individuals can go to get experience working, learning how to get up and get to work on time at a certain time, doing certain tasks, learning how to be more productive in the work world, so they can experience it. And just to have a place to be with others and socialize. Our individuals have Down syndrome, so they have sometimes a tough time understanding. Autism, really difficult. And then there's the ones with fetal alcohol syndrome. A lot of people with that. All of them are so willing to either please you or a lot that way, but then there's a few who just like to do their own thing.
So what are you making today?
Dog pie.
And what's going in it?
Pet poke.
Worked one-on-one with an individual who came to us when he was about 19, and I spent a lot of time with him. It took all of us, everyone there, to show him that he could trust us. He never would eat in public. What's the example? And he'd be too scared to, because it's like it was part of his growing up. He couldn't do it. And then it took us 4 years to get him to actually eat in public. Now he finally eats in front of all of us. Here, at least we're giving a little bit something. We're giving them a chance. They may never get a real job and be able to contribute to society in that way financially, but personally, I think they do. In every little bit that each person has brought to us, it's amazing. Like, each person's different. Each individual has a different personality, and they may be high, they may be lows, they may be just sit in the corner and don't touch me, but eventually something about them touches each and every one of us. Our hardest part, though, is when we lose them. We've lost a few. Like I said, it's been aging, and our hardest part is having to say goodbye. I could go on the worst day, walk in the door and say to them, I'm in a bad mood, stay back. And they just laugh. They just go, Connie's in a bad mood, you better stay away, back off, get away from her. And within like an hour, they got me on the floor roaring. Like,